If you're like me who really enjoys the tactical and immersive experience side of tanks or even infantry, Steel Beast is one of those simulations that I could recommend if you're itching for that modern day tank simulation. And what I love about Steel Beast is that there are a lot of scenarios that you can play and simulate to test out your tank skills and some tactics. After my initial thoughts on Steel Beast that I did earlier, and slowly getting the hang of it, I want to try putting that to the test. I gotta say, I did learn a lot from playing with others and also Steel Beast. Now, as a gamer who's enthusiastic about tactics and the Milsim stuff, I have asked before if gamers can learn about tank tactics and if they can apply it to certain games. And it certainly is possible, and I encourage you guys to check out my interviews on some tankers. Before I show you guys some gameplay, in this scenario, we're tasked to conduct an ambush against the incoming Donovian forces along this highway. But what are some considerations in setting up an ambush and defense? Well, after reading and skimming through the tank platoon menu, which is available for the public, and I'll have that in the link in the description below. Firstly, we gotta know the avenue approach of the enemy, which is knowing where the path of the enemy is likely to head towards, whether it's a terrain or an objective, what is the likelihood of them coming down a certain road or pathway, how will they approach it, and what routes could they use to flank us. Secondly, are there obstacles that we could use to inhibit the enemy's movement, such as minefields and ditches. Thirdly, it's understanding the key terrain to use it to your advantage. Does a hilltop offer good observation, concealment, or fields of fire? The opposite is also true, where your enemies can also use certain terrain features that might be used against your forces. And along with all that is setting up an engagement zone, or an engagement area, EA for short, which is an area to determine where you will destroy the enemy, or in this case, to ambush them. Another important factor is setting up good battle positions, observations, and fields of fire. Basically what it means is positioning yourself so that you have a better tactical advantage over the enemy and where you need to cover and defend. Of course, having good positioning of your tanks and vehicles are important to consider. For example, you might want to find a place where you can easily haul down your tanks, or some place where they can hide until the enemy closes in. Additionally, if there's fire support such as artillery or mortars, it is important to predetermine where you will call them. This is just a summary of things to consider, and of course there's a lot more to setting up a good defense. And at the end of the day, it is a video game, and so there are some video game factors into it. For the purpose of this video and personal interests, we're going to be applying some of this planning and structure. So before I go on, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to support my channel and to stay up to date for my content. For those who don't know, I am Fan Fantasy and I cover tactical and immersive games. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy this type of content. And let's get started with the planning. Alright, so this is the map, and we have the enemy Donovians attacking from the west all the way to the east, and our mission is very simple. It's to destroy the enemy forces between Charlie and Bravo in order to prevent them crossing Bravo. So this is their objective, and they're likely to come from this side, as according to the mission right now. And we do have scout teams that I can't move. They're going to be at phase line Delta, and they're going to be looking down along this main road. So there are at least 4 roads that we can identify. There's the southern road right here, the main highway, and we also got the northern road here, and we have the unpaved road north as well too. Terrain does favor more of a frontal defense. So the reason for this is by looking at the map and also the view here is that most of the hills are facing in the direction of where the enemy is coming from. A side ambush is probably not a good idea because there's not a whole lot of cover and they can probably see us through the trees. And so currently we have 4 battle positions. We have battle position blue 1 and battle position blue 2 in the back, and also we have BP yellow here, and we have BP green that will be looking towards the rear. So something to be concerned about is this road north up here. I did place one of the tanks in a well-fortified and hull down position, which is right here, and he'll have a view looking towards this road here. So our plan is to ambush them in this kill zone here, and there are mines, so sometimes they might stop or they might decide to go through it. And once they hit the mines, or if they reverse and see the mines, then our tanks will move up towards their BPs and they will engage the enemy along this main highway road right here. However, we can also expect enemies coming from the north and also the south as well too, and we will have missile teams covering the area. And we do have fire support, thankfully we do, and so we will be calling fire support along the main road and also here as well, because they might scatter towards this grass area here. So on the left side of this square, we'll be calling as much mortars as we can to destroy and to disrupt the enemy from advancing. So So over here is the Leopard 2 A5, the Danish variant. Looks pretty cool. And we're going to take a look at our scout team. And so this is our scout team right now between Delta and Charlie. But we're going to use the overhead view to take a look at what we see, or what they see. And we do see some Tigers moving south of the highway. And along the highway we do have some T-72B3s. And north of the highway up here, we do have a platoon of T-14's moving up, which is something to be of concern. And up here, we do have a Javlin team looking up north, and they're gonna spot down the road. We have another Javlin team looking along the highway here, and looks like he's floating on the air. So this is BP Blue right now. We are kind of concealed at this point, and we'll move closer once tanks are near. And BP Yellow, so far we're in the clear. Alright, so far right now 2-1 is taking fire, but there's not much we can do at this point. They did their jobs and duty for the country. Over here is our minefield. So sometimes they're aware of it, sometimes they're not. Best case is that they're not aware of it and they go through it. Worst case is that they'll just reverse and fall back. But either way, we'll move close and engage once they stop right here. And boom! First tank hit and immobilize. So we're gonna move our tanks up. Alright, all tanks are moving up to their BPs. I'm gonna be calling in for fire support for HE rounds as well as precision strikes. Alright, so we are moving in to the kill zone. Looks like I got units spotted. Tank. Target. And it looks like they're moving south as well too. Cannot observe or identify any units along the highway, so I'm gonna check in with BP Yellow. Alright, 3-1 is moving up. Expect some units to be close. Firing now. No visual yet. Alright, so I'm gonna keep calling in Artie. Alright, BP Blue, how are you guys doing? Looks like they smoked the south side. And we're going to take a look at the north. Wow, looks like he engaged a lot of tanks up here. We're going to move 3-3 up. Alright, looks like they're going through this road. And I'm just gonna reposition myself. Yep, we got some tanks moving up, firing now. Looks like he's destroyed. There might be one. Oh, yep, there he is. T-14. Target. It looks like he's destroyed. And it looks like we did lose an infantry and missile team over there. I'm gonna move my Humvee to scout what is up there. How's BP Yellow doing? Looks like our crew is wounded inside. Alright, 3-3 is gonna move up. Looks like we got some tanks. Yep, south. There he is. Oh yeah, I got a platoon of them. Firing. They're destroyed. PC. Target. Tanks are priority right now, so I'm gonna go for him. Target. Ooh, I'm gonna fall back a bit from this point. Jeez, there's so many of them. Alright, we're gonna move, fall back. Alright, so we're gonna move our guys from green all the way to yellow. Looks like we're picking up units here. Oh, we got tanks. He's still up. Target. Ooh, we're one more Sable left. Target. And that's it. That's a whole platoon down. We're gonna fall back. Get him to reload. Alright, so I'm gonna move 2-2 across. See if we can help support. Down here, we are picking up some contacts. Just south of the town. So far, I think we have stopped most of their forces, but there could be a few that are hanging around, so we're gonna go and clear that out. And that's it. We have defeated the enemy attack. Very cool. A lot of tanks, a lot of PCs we managed to eliminate. And we lived to fight another day. And that is our ambush. Looks like that was one tank. 95 out of 100. I'm not too sure why we didn't get the full 100, but we managed to destroy 29 enemy vehicles from the Donovians and total loss of 0 vehicles. I think some of our Leopards were damaged, but they lived to fight another day. So by the end of this whole ordeal, over here it was our minefield and also the main highway. And just south of the highway is another graveyard of tanks along this field right here, as well as PCs and Tigers. Oh, interesting. So, looks like one of their T-14's accidentally hit the T-14 in front. Heavy damage too. Oh my goodness. And that was pretty much it. They weren't able to break through our defenses and cross through into Bravo at all. Honestly, overall, this was a fun mission to do. It definitely teaches you how to plan your defenses as well as how to coordinate artillery. And that was fun as well too. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed my video and mission, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. My goal is 5,000 by the end of this year. And it'll mean a lot if you support my channel. And that's pretty much it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay blessed.